Okay, let's talk about the tools needed for every single thing. This is probably the entire tech stack that you're going to need if you need to start one, and most of them you can get it for free or a free trial. You don't have to invest a lot upfront. To collect leads, we use Meta Ads, but we also have Apollo.io, which is like a lead database where you can buy leads. There are also other lead databases like D7 Lead Finder. There are so many lead databases you can find where people already collect leads and they can sell you. There are people who are also on Fiverr that do that. There's also lead scraping, which I'll show how it works. So if you have absolutely no money to invest, lead scraping would be the first step to go, where you can either pay someone on Fiverr, a virtual assistant from another country, so you can get this done cheaply, or do it yourself, where you go on Google Maps, and then let's say your target audience is dog trainers. You can just search for dog trainers in Toronto, and then just go on Google Maps and then just collect the business numbers and maybe the business email, and those will be your lead database. That is the lead scraper. But out of all these four, we used Meta Ads, and we've been using Meta Ads since day one because it made us unbelievable amounts of money. So I'm kind of biased towards it. But there are also other options where you can make it work. So that's collecting leads. Once you collect these leads, you have database. You need to drop that database onto something. For that's why I recommend a CRM. We use Go High Level. We've been using Go High Level from day one. And I would say Go High Level is pretty awesome because it pretty much has everything you need to run your business, like conversations where you can communicate with your leads through the CRM, the calendars where you can book appointments on the calendar, and you can connect this calendar to your Google Calendar. That way, your Google Calendar is in sync. So anyone books an appointment on your website or through the phone or through the SMS chatbot, automatically it goes on your calendar, so you can just see it on your phone. And you can import the leads, which is the primary reason I wanted to show you this, because once you collect the leads from Meta Ads or Apollo.io or lead scraping, you can just drop that onto the Go High Level CRM. So if you're scraping leads and if you have leads on a Excel sheet, you can just click on Import Contacts, and then you can import the CSV file here. So all your contacts will be automatically imported to the CRM. If you're using Facebook ads, it's so easy to set up. You can just set up a simple automation. Facebook lead form submitted. And then create contact. You can add the fields that you want, like full name, address, phone number, and then click on Save Action. You can publish and save this. So usually what happens when you're running Facebook ads, there are two types of ads that you can run. One is traffic ads, and another one is called lead ad. If your goal is to collect leads, you're going to probably have to run lead ads. And once you're running lead ads, there's always a form attached to it. So you create an ad where people would want to click and give you their contact information. If you create an attractive enough ad, people will click the link below and just give you their contact information. So what then happens is that contact goes automatically into the CRM, into the contacts. And then the coolest thing about the CRM is once the contact comes into here, you can automatically have the CRM do the job for you. So you don't have to manually, send them SMS or email, waiting for a lead to come in, and then so you can type an email to them. You can just automate that thing with the CRM. So you can just create an automation where once a lead comes in through Facebook, it can trigger a set of automations. You can send them an SMS message that says, thanks for your interest in our services. And then you can use an AI chatbot there to qualify them, ask them a few questions before you get them to book an appointment. Or if they respond, you can have someone manually respond to them and get the information. But it's now, these days, you can just automate that with the AI. So there's no need for an actual person to be sitting on your conversations, waiting for messages and then answer those questions. If you just put a chatbot here, which is also possible, you can just ask the community how to do it. If you just put a chatbot here, you will be able to just have a communication with the lead like a real person and ask them the right questions and book them into an appointment. The cool thing with the chatbots these days, it can automatically book an appointment. So it has access to your calendar and it can automatically see the slots and then book an appointment. Now, if you want to maximize the chance of getting results, you should not only SMS them, but also email and call them. You can either call them yourself, but we have the technology. That's the main technology that we're trying to sell is AI calling, which means AI can call them on behalf of you like a virtual assistant and ask them the questions, qualify them, provide a little bit of value, and schedule them onto the appointment. and we made that process really simple for you. So once you're able to create the systems inside the CRM, so you can follow up on your lead through SMS, email, and phone call at the same time, maybe add WhatsApp too if you want instead of SMS. It means you have a solid nurturing system, and you can all build that all through a Go High Level or any other CRM. Mostly Go High Level is just the really simple one that we use. Okay, so once you nurture them, what is the point of all this? Is to book appointments. So you need to remember that. With all your nurturing messages, the emails, SMS, the calls you're sending, the goal or the call to action for the lead is to book an appointment. So that's the whole reason why we're doing this. It can all be done through the CRM. If you have an AI chatbot on the SMS, it can automatically book appointments. If you're using our AI calling tool, CloserX, it can automatically book appointments on the calendar. If you're using emails, what I would recommend is you redirect them to your funnel page. A funnel is where you have 4 pages where the call to action is just to the next page. So it's not like a website where there are so many places you can go. Funnel is kind of like a website, but it only has one call to action. So the first page is probably like a VSL. And then once they click on the button below, it goes to the next page, which could be a calendar where they can book appointments. So that would be a funnel page. So if you're sending emails, what I would recommend is just send them the calendar link on the email or to a funnel page. So these are 2 options you have for email nurturing. Once you're doing all that and you're communicating effectively that what you have to offer or say could be worth their time, so you need to address their pain points on these messages, which will lead them to book a sales call with you. And sales calls are awesome. Your goal should be to book as many sales calls as possible. With all your marketing, this is all the marketing that you're going to need. These 3 would be the main marketing pillar. So once this is done, your marketing ends and sales begins. So the next job is for you to rack up sales calls. Once you're able to consistently get 8 or 9 sales calls a day, that's when I would recommend you hire another salesperson so that you can increase the budget on the marketing so you can have another calendar. For me, at least, I cannot do more than 8 or 9 sales calls a day. So usually a call lasts an hour. 8 or 9 sales call means I'm having 8 to 9 sales calls, 8 to 9 hours of continuous sales calls a day. Which might sound a lot in the beginning, but you'll soon get used to it. If you're just doing it for a week, you'll get used to it and things will get easier. But after that, what I would recommend is you hire another salesperson because you need to focus on the business too. In the morning and the evenings, you can focus on business, setting up marketing, setting up the product and everything. But if you're spending the majority of your days doing sales call, you're not focusing on the other aspects of the business. So there's there's going to be problems with the other stuff. So really, I would recommend once you're getting 8 or 9 sales calls every day consistently, hire another salesperson to take the sales calls for you so you can focus on the business. To do these sales calls, you can just use Zoom or Google Meet. No big deal. And during the sales call, there are multiple ways you can do a sales call. Some people like to do presentations. Some people like to do the demo of the software. What I like to do is just demo of the software. So once they jump in, I go through a set of questions so I can understand their scenario, understand the pain they're facing. So here, the goal with the sales is to help the prospect articulate the problem in their own head and help them sell the solution to themselves. So if you're an effective salesman, that's what you're going to be doing. You're not going to sell the services. You're going to make them sell it to themselves. So you're going to have to get them to articulate the problem, get themselves first to understand how big of an issue is it, and get them to picture what it would look like if the problem is solved. That's when you're getting them to desire the solution, desire the ideal life. Now, there is a gap between where they are currently and their ideal life, and you're going to bridge the product in between so that they can see that the product is that's going to get them from current situation to their ideal life. So that's how you frame an effective sales call. Once you're getting to the end of it and you think the client's going to close, that's when you collect the payment. We use Stripe as our payment processor. Again, if you don't know what Stripe is, it's just a very simple payment processor. It charges based on the transactions you get. So there's no monthly fee or initial fee to get the software. I think it's completely free, but they're going to charge you based on transactions at this slight charge. But it's in my opinion, it's kind of worth it. What Stripe will allow you to do is send invoices or create payment links, which is what I like to do. What I like to do is just if you go to payment link, you can create a new link for a specific price. Let's say you're going to charge your clients $5,000 for the setup and then $2,000 monthly to provide service. You're just going to create a product, which is AI setup, a $5,000 setup, and you're going to add the product. And then for the monthly charge, you're going to add another product, AI MRR, which is recurring and $19.97 per month. You're going to add that product in too. So once you do that, it's going to automatically generate a link And when you click on create link, it's going to create a link, and you can just share this link to get the payment done to make the process easier. Something to keep in mind for you is to reduce the amount of effort it takes for a prospect to take the next action. Because the more process they have, the more time they have to talk themselves out of it due to fear or, multiple other reasons. So you need to reduce the time it takes, or time and effort it takes for a prospect to take decision. So once you have a payment link like this and you already convinced your prospect to close, you can just have this link on a note and you can just send it on Zoom chat. So you can say, hey, if you're ready to move forward, I'll just send you the payment link. If you structure your sales call well, you can also add sort of incentives. You can say, hey, usually our setup is 8,000, but if you can move forward today, I can bring that down to $5,000 setup and then just 2,000 MRR. You can save $3,000 if you can move things faster. So once you do that, there's a little bit more urgency. You just send the link, and once the prospect clicks on the link, it's going to open a page like this. They can pay automatically. Stripe also takes Apple Pay and Link. So if you're in the US, you can just use Link to pay immediately, or just Apple Pay. It's going to take like 10 seconds to complete the payment. So once your prospect is in that mood, in that state of mind where they are ready to make a decision, you're just gonna have to send this so that they're not wasting time and talking themselves out of it. So you can collect the payment as soon as possible. So as soon as they pay, you'll be able to see that payment on your Stripe dashboard. So you know that the payment is done. Now they're their customer. You can move them on to the next step. That's why these tools they just make your life so much easier. And also Stripe connects with Go High Level. Once you connect them, you can send invoices and manage your payments from here, which is also pretty cool. So you market your product and you booked appointment with the lead. They jumped on a sales call. You convinced them to pay you, and they paid you. Now you can move on to onboarding, service delivery, and customer support. For this, what I would recommend is you have a project management software. So I would recommend Asana or Trello, where you can have boards so that your customer service team, or if you're doing it yourself in the earlier stages, you can have track on where every single client is. You can create a pipeline where it says onboarding call booked, onboarding done, setup done, and so on and so forth, multiple stages. So you can do the things for the client and then move them according to keep things sorted and clean. That's why I would recommend you use a project management software, and Zoom is just for the onboarding call. So once you onboard the client, then you're going to deliver the service, which I should have covered before, because this is your main product. This is what you're actually selling. So this is why people are jumping on your sales call and paying you for the service that you're going to do. So what are you going to do? What is the product that you're offering, which is the first thing that you're going to have to decide when you're trying to start an agency. What kind of value are you trying to create? So when you're creating a business, if you have capital or money to invest, you're probably going to create a software that is going to solve a specific problem. If you don't have the capital but you have time, you can create a service-based product delivery. So you have a product where product is your time or the service that you're going to offer. If the service is complicated and not a lot of people can do, you can charge higher prices. If the service is something everyone can do, it's just if you're selling your labor, you can only charge a little bit of it, because the amount of money you can charge is directly tied to the value you can provide. If the value is easy to find elsewhere, there's no reason someone would pay you a premium to do it unless you have a reason to be unique. With all our businesses that we started, my favorite way to deliver service is to have a white label software. A white label software is where someone has already built the software and you can resell the software under your own logo by changing the logo, and you can put your own logo instead of the creator's logo, and you can resell it. Companies like Go High Level, our own company, CloserX, what we're doing here is giving you a product where you can slap your own logo on top of our logo and just resell it to your niche. But you might ask, that doesn't sound fair. Like, why would they not go to the company directly? And there are multiple reasons to it. When companies like us, we sell the product, we either charge and give you the opportunity to redistribute the product to others, or we have a software that requires customization for a specific industry. So you can customize the product for your particular industry and resell it, so that you don't have to invest a lot of time creating the product, but you get to customize the product, spend a little bit of time and create a product that's unique to your industry and resell it. If you don't have the budget to create your own software, or if you don't want to just compete with the saturated market of just providing some service which is very saturated, like Facebook ads lead generation, which is super saturated, you can get a white label software and resell it to your niche. Now, it gets more effective if you combine multiple services together. So if you combine white label software with Facebook ad lead generation, that becomes a powerful combo because people cannot find that anywhere. Let's say you're using CloserX AI calling software, and then you combine that with Facebook ads so that the value you're promising becomes straight up appointments instead of just leads, or instead of just converting the leads into appointments where there are so much room to error. There are a lot of businesses that want to get rid of all the work needed and then they just want appointments. For those businesses, you have the perfect solution and they're going to come to you. If you advertise your solutions right, they're going to come to you and you can sell them on that. So once you deliver those services, you're probably going to need to maintain the customer support, for which we like to use WhatsApp or Slack. You can use either WhatsApp Business or Slack, not just for customer support, but also internal chat. If you want to chat to your team members and keep things organized, you can create Slack channels that are target towards specific things. So a Slack channel for just customer support, one Slack channel for, let's say, marketing department, a Slack channel for sales department. So you can have individual channels where you can have individual group chats on WhatsApp where you can communicate with your team and also your customers effectively. So that's a rundown of all the tools that you're going to need early on. Most of them here is free. Go High Level has a free trial. I think there's a 30-day free trial. Go High Level has a free trial. There's a 30-day free trial. Most of the white label softwares, they come with a free trial. CloserX has a free trial. Zoom, you don't have to pay anything unless you need a premium. If you don't want to pay a premium, you can also use Google Meet. Asana, Trello, they also have free trials, but it's not necessary on day one. You would only need it after you have like 10 clients, after you've signed up 10 to 20 clients and you cannot manage things. Stripe is free to get started. Meta ads, to collect leads from Meta ads, obviously you're going to have to, only if you have a budget, you can use Meta ads. If not, you can try the other stuff which requires very minimal investments. But yeah, apart from that, everything is almost free. And to create ads, you would probably need Canva or CapCut to create videos. I like to use Canva for graphic design and CapCut, which is a video editor, to edit my videos if I'm making a video creative. So yeah, I think I covered all aspects. These are the tools that you would need. These are the tools I mostly use on my day-to-day. They are very simple to learn, all the tools. There are multiple videos on YouTube you can find where creators, walk through the software so you can understand the software better. If you have any questions, you can just drop a comment below, and I hope this helps.